Now here's a fun fact for you. Early in its history, the Roman Republic was almost overthrown, but that was only stopped after a father murdered his own daughter. This is day 22 of reading the history of Rome by Livy and giving you the highlights so you can tell all your friends you read a book this year. Her name was Verginia, and she must have been quite a cutie because she caught the eye of a very powerful man. His name was Appius Claudius, and he was a member of the decemvirs. They were a commission of 10 guys that were elected to establish and write down Rome's laws for the first time, and also rule while they were doing it. Now, they wrote the laws, they did that, but when it was time for them to give up their power, they were like, nah, I think we're good. And the Roman people were like, and at around this time, Rome is invaded. And while the soldiers are away, Appius Claudius notices the daughter of one of them, Verginia. He attempts to have one of his friends take her as a slave so that he can have relations with her. But then there's this whole uproar about it and he has to prove his case in court. And because he's an absolutely shameless man, he ends up winning that court case and gets the authority to take her as a slave. But that's when Verginia's dad shows up, a guy named Verginius. He had hurried back to Rome from where he was stationed to help his daughter. But he gets there too late, and instead of allowing his daughter to be taken as a slave, he stabs her to death in the Roman Forum. Now this causes a huge uproar, allowing him to escape. And he hurries back to his legion, and when he gets there, he's still clutching the knife, and his clothes are covered in his daughter's blood. His fellow soldiers are like, what's going on here? And Verginius defends himself by saying, it's not my fault for what happened to my daughter, it's Appius Claudius's fault for dishonoring her. And this does end up swaying the troops. They listen to Verginius, and then they march on Rome, occupying the Aventine Hill. And when they get there, people start freaking out and arguing, and nobody really knows what to do. And then in the midst of this, the common people, who are called the plebeians, they all leave Rome and occupy the Sacred Mount in what ends up being sort of a symbolic gesture. And then the Senate, who should have been in control the whole time, votes to disband the decemvirs. And things pretty much go back to normal from there. That's one way to solve a political crisis, I guess, if you're in ancient Rome.